Good morning. So I'm trying to do better. I'm doing my daily walk from one house to the next. So much to do today, and I didn't do a good job. I slept in. I want to be like one of them vloggers. I'm gonna pretend to be a vlogger. Today I'm wearing my boots because, well, it's cold. It's really cold. Somebody's sweatpants. Just give you a look at my outfit for the day. It'll last till about noon, and then it's gonna get too hot for me, and then I'm gonna want to change my clothes. I forgot my Fitbit. I want every step to count. Every step to count. So back in the house. I didn't even get far today. Oh, I gotta take you into my awful bathroom. I'm gonna show you the good parts. Fitbit. Alright, tiny house. Walmart shirt, Walmart sweater. Actually, I really love this sweater. Now I've shut my door. You ever have that? I've shut my door. Put the Fitbit in it. That's the kind of day I'm having. I'm gonna put it in my pocket for now. So, living in a single wide mobile home, they are not really well insulated. I know that because my power bill's high. And you like that? Do you want a soda? Is your schoolwork done? No. Get your work done. Are your animals fed and watered? No. Get your work done. Pig pen clean? No. Get your work done. And the other one said, I don't know what the other one said. My littlest girl decided to erase that, but I wrote that with a dry erase marker. Alright, so living in a tiny mobile home, I'm so sorry, I'm like totally slow today, has the slight effect, the single wide, it's not well insulated. Now, I mean, granted, it's 10 years old. A little coffee for the water. It's 10 years old, and it's 14. Really, it's 14 years old. I could be taking a golf cart, but I need my steps. And I want to hold my coffee, so like I'm really cold. I should sip some. Did I promise you this is probably going to be a long vlog because I can't get myself in gear. Puppies are coming. Don't get off me. Get off me. Stop. That's what he's doing. Everybody's watching you do that. Ginger. Everybody's watching you. All right. So another quick vlog in the midst of life. I feel bad. I don't really mean to do that. I do want to show you some cool things that I'm doing for memory work and kind of where I've come with on that. So, like I told you last week, I was like, I just can't get it all done. Yes, I definitely still have that, but I'm actually reading 2 books simultaneously right now. I'm reading The Core by Lee Bortons, and I'm reading The Question by Lee Bortons. So what it is I had this grand idea to keep me motivated, especially as a first-time CC mom, and, you know, jumping into directing. I have to say I really, really like, and every day I like the curriculum even more. But it's exhausting, and I easily lose the purpose, and I lose the vision, and I'm just like, why am I working so hard? So one of the ideas that me and the other challenge director came up with was, hey, go turn that water off. Oh, never mind, she's doing it. Okay, I gotta go get it today. Pig feed. I gotta go get pig feed. Again, remember Miss Skinny, no clothes on ever? The hard part too is getting her pants. You're cold today?
Yeah.
You are cold today, okay.
Yesterday I was one without a belt.
But it's really hard to find her pants, which is not excusable. I have to go and just break down, and I'm going to have to go buy her some pants. But you know, the moment I buy her jeans that fit her, the other part too is she claims she can't find them. The goats are having a heyday on the hay. Oh, no, down. Oh, all right, so we got lumber. We got lumber that came the other day because that is for the That's for the goat pen. Stop chewing my feet. Stop it. And then that's a little makeshift shed. That's our feed barn. We didn't have anything for a long time. And then our neighbor was cleaning up his rental. And I know, it's chaos. Our neighbor was cleaning up his rental, and then he gave us that, and that was worth it. We did some work on it, but it's worked out quite well. If you little stinkers want to come in, you got to quit tripping me. Yep, they're back at it, see? Okay, so back to, we decided that we would do this book study, and it would help us hold accountable to, one, read the book, two, be with other moms, because the thing about directing challenge is you tend to be alone a lot. So if you tutor foundations, you're interchanging, you have moms in the classroom. Directing challenge isn't the same. You might have one in there, but you're not talking to them, you're talking to the kids. It's kind of hard. I gotta put you down. I'm gonna be cold. So our thought was, we get community. We need community. We get some community, and and then we're recounting the vision. We're gonna go over how to have those discussions. We're practicing them. It should be good. So that was our premise. So we began reading. So we read. We have it set up like we're only meeting a few times. And we're going over like 2 chapters a week. So the first time we got together, we went over chapter 1. And the next time we get together, we go over 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5, and then we get everything done. That's the plan. So we sat, and I had not read the core. And I just read the question the day before. And so that was after my video came out. And I have to say, I was like just stressed. I have so much to do. I got to get ready for class. And I'm stressed out, and I haven't read this book. And I know I can't fake the book. I know that I have enough general information. I could get through a challenge day without, too much. And I read the book. I cannot begin to tell you, reading that book, reading that first chapter, just brought my anxiety down. It was so amazing. It just refocused me on where I wanted to be. And then, and I thought I got a lot out of it until I sat in on our book discussion. And we had the neatest way. What did she say? The person I'm working with, she called it like a rabbit hole. We're gonna jump rabbit holes. And I was like, I don't really get what that is. And essentially she handed out a note card, and you gave us like 10 minutes to write the things that stood out to us. And then we went one person to the next, and they talked about like, here's what I pulled out of it, and they would quote the passage, and then they would give why that stood out to them. And for me, I was just like, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, by the time we were done, we had spent literally 2 hours discussing the importance and the beauty of mundane. Okay, this was astronomical to me. I could do a whole video on what to do when you're bored of your curriculum. Don't I have a history? If you don't know by now, and this is your first time here, I've been homeschooled a long time, and I switch a lot of curriculum. I get bored. So in studying and understanding the mundane, and a lot of this had to go down to like the stuff you would do if you're not familiar with classical education, but you kind of know classical conversations. This goes into the importance of foundations. If you're in classical education, this is the importance of grammar, understanding the vocabulary of grammar. And I realized I have done my kids a big disservice because of the mundane. So there's 2 things I was going to tell you. So one of the quotes from the book, I can't quote it specifically because, I'm not that memorizer yet, but I'm going to be, is sometimes you have to, essentially it goes down to, I think C.S. Lewis said it. Nah, maybe not. Might not have been him. But it had to do with the fact that, you can't wait to do hard things when life isn't hard. You just need to overcome it and step up and get it done. No excuses. No excuses. There's that aspect. And then the other part is just over practice until you don't begin memorizing and practicing because it's fun. You do that hard work because later on it becomes fun. So that's got me thinking about a lot of different ideas and changing some concepts. And one of them is really attending to my kids on memory work. Also for me on memory work. So one of the ideas is that you say things 7 times for 7 days and you'll memorize them. And so I really kind of brought that into Challenge A, because Challenge A has still a lot of grammar work to it. And there's some kids that aren't really ready for the dialectic, but they're there and they're of age, and they need to do some of the, maintain that grammar. So trying to tune that grammar. So of course I've done some like reshuffling in here. I'm still reshuffling. I'm still trying to find the balance out with our home, how to do school out here. And what I'm realizing is we can't do everything here. We can't do everything at the house. We can't do everything here. So I definitely need to work on being more intentional kind of about schedules and routines. And maybe we're going to do handwriting, spelling, and dictation and copy work in the house. And do the rest of our stuff out here. Things like that. So I do want to show you. One of the things I did, it's not pretty, and I can get so caught up in pretty. Entertained, and that's one of the things I've been reading about, entertained education. I'm going to put the links below for those 2 books. I own both the books, and then I went ahead and I got the core is an audiobook. So I went ahead and I got the audiobook too. So when I'm walking, trying to attempt running, I have them there. I can listen to it. I'm kind of recapping. So one of the things I did, it's not pretty. This is more for my use than like, hey, I want you kids to be inspired by this. It's not to be inspired. But this is going into week 13 for memory work. This is all the memory work. And what we're doing is we're going through and we're saying them 7 times. So like for math, 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. We don't go through each and every one, then go back through it. We focus on this statement 7 times, and then we move on to this statement. But for like timeline, we do the timeline in order, and then come back and start over. So we're not saying age of exploration, age of exploration. No, we're going age of exploration, Prince Henry found School of Navigation. We're going through each one 7 times. And then I kind of did a little quick hand-drawn map to go with it. So my idea is, we will do this, but they'll actually cover this on Community Day on Tuesday. After Tuesday, I'm going to take, because it's on one of these tear pads, take it off and then go put it in the house for them to review, and we'll start our next one, is the idea. I put this here. These are so cheap. These things are really cheap. All they really are is cardboard. But I screwed them in. They're falling apart, but it's okay. I don't even care. I'm just working with what I got. But I've been working on just the Bob books, and I drew the picture and I wrote Matt, and I gave Orville, who's my kindergartner, the task of drawing the picture and writing Matt. So here it is, which I think really impressive on the picture. So that's his job. I'm going to just keep kind of going with that. And it has to do with that ability to concentrate. You look like you have a really big belly, doesn't she? That's her fanny pack. She's a fanny pack girl. And then I did the same here. So this is my Challenge A work for my kids. This is our Latin. These are the things we need to memorize in there. So it's not necessarily like these are our drilling, just a drill kind of deal. And I'm not sure if I'll end up taking it down, sharing it in the house or whatever, but. And then, like, my son kind of needs what we need to do. So that's kind of how it's coming. We did do a little rearranging. These are hard to find. These are the mainstay cabinets from Walmart, not the Better Homes and Gardens. But they seem to be a better fit, and then it keeps books a little better. But now they're here, and I got to go. So I'm going to try and do better. I know, I'm just trying really hard to keep videos coming without getting caught, because I'll tell you, my days can blend together. So I'm going to talk to you later. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. Love you guys.